Okay, guys, my locks is just doing whatever the hell they want to do. But whatever. Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Witches of the Moon. And I think I am too close, but we're going to try to work it out. Because I can't move this back that much more. That's good as we're going to go. Anyway, welcome back to Witches of the Moon. My name is Dia, aka Ori of OrioOasis.com, and my locks are working my nerves, but whatever. This week is Choose Your Own Topic. So what I decided to... I feel like something up my nose. There's always something going on with me. But what I decided to choose was astrology. For a couple of reasons. One, I haven't taught an astrology class in a while, so I'm kind of itching. And two, I want it to be, for those out there who are trying to read their charts, though for those out there who's just trying to learn astrology, I wanted to give a very basic understanding that y'all can build on. Because buying these books and trying to go through everything can be hard, and then some people are just visual learners. Now, with that being said, if you're a visual learner, I suggest you get one of these for my visual learners, okay? This thing comes with this big circle, comes with all the different pieces that tells you the different houses. Well, it has a... Actually, I look at it from this way. There you go. It got the houses on it, and all that comes with these pieces. It also comes with these other pieces, which is the planets, and it comes with your North Node and your South Node as well as it comes with Chiron. But I believe you could order the other asteroids. And this is from. I'm trying to see which way it'll come. That's backwards. Okay, let's put it this way. This is from Planetary Visions. So you can go there, order that. They have different colors. This is just the color that I chose. I believe this was a little pricey. However, it is for visual learners. It also comes with the pieces in the middle, which I do not have because, like I said, I haven't taught an astrology class in a while. So I don't know where my pieces that go right here in the middle are. But it's a piece that shows you the difference, two pieces actually, that you turn them and it shows you the different lineups. So basically you would pull the... You would pull up the astrology chart online or whatever, and then you would place the houses accordingly to how they're online. And in there, you can see the different ones, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, all that. So you know where to place which houses and where to place the stuff at. So, yeah, this is a great learning tool for learning astrology. However, I'm going to go over really quickly some basics. So hopefully it'll help out. Now, I want to start with the planets because there are different sets of planets. There's three... Brahman. From the fifth floor. No. Okay. There are three... I did it again. There are three sets of planets. Okay? There's your personal planets that deal with you personally. There's your transpersonal planets that deals with the way you interact with the world and the way the world interacts with you. And then there's your outer planets that's not really outer. The better word should be inner because it deals with you on a broader... more personal aspect, astral, auric, spiritual aspect. So in saying that, let me start with the personal planets. Now again, these are personal planets. These directly deal with you physically here now. Okay? So the first one I want to do is, I'm missing a planet. Oh no, I'm not. So the first planet I want to start, and if I look over that way, it's because I took notes because y'all know I start to ramble. I will ramble. So I have notes written over here. So if I look over there, I'm making sure I stay on topic. Okay. So first I'm going to start with Mercury. I'm sorry. I'm going to start with Mercury, right? So the planet Mercury, this is the symbol, of course, which is why I love using this for planetary vision. This is the symbol of Mercury, right? Now, without getting too deep, Mercury is considered the messenger. But however, many people don't tell you that the messenger is the mind. So when you're dealing with Mercury, you're dealing with the mind. And this is the reason why Mercury is considered the trickster. Or Mercury has a story. When you look into the story of it, it goes to somebody who, the name totally, it goes to Greek mythology. And I can't really think of the name right now because my brain's all over the place as usual. Well, I got my notes. But how this person, was able to play tricks on people because this person was the only one delivering messages. It delivered the message any kind of way that they wanted to and put the message in their favor. So with that being said, Mercury is the mind. The messenger is the mind. Now, the reason why the mind is the trickster is because if you don't train your mind for what you want, you're never going to get it. You're going to keep talking yourself out of it. You're going to keep speaking those negative things. And, and most people never catch it. You may say your mantra only once or twice or maybe 300 times in one day. But how many times do you go against your mantra or your words of power or your positive speaking every single moment in your mind without even saying it out loud? Like, it comes as a natural thought. That's Mercury. It is the mind. It is the messenger. Your mind is the thing that needs to be trained. People say you always have to train your ego and all this other stuff. The ego is not the mind. The ego connects to something else, but the ego is not the mind. So, dealing with Mercury, you're dealing with the mind. The mind is the messenger. That's it. Right? So after Mercury, let's go with the moon. The moon, and I probably should have did the houses and the signs first, but we'll stick to the planets. The moon. The moon deals with your instincts, but it also deals with your emotions. Now, the reason why the moon can be a little bit tricky because when it comes to your instincts, instincts not only come from past lives, they also come from past events. And our emotions comes from judgments of past events as well. So the moon could be a little tricky. Say you're outside and someone says something, you're like, "Oh, that made me feel some type of way." Well, it wasn't that person that actually literally made you feel some type of way. It was something they said that triggered something in you from either a past event or a past life. Or when some people are in a situation and they're like really good in horrible situations, because either in a past life or just in past events, they didn't have time to think. They always keep doing. So the instinct was built. Instincts can be trained. The moon deals with instincts and it deals with emotions. Okay. Now again, this is a very simple, very basic understanding that you can start from and then build on from there. I'm not giving you everything about the moon. I'm not giving you everything about the planets. I'm just giving you very simple. I'm not giving you everything about the houses, and I'm not giving you everything about the signs. I'm just giving you very simple foundation that you could build from there. Learn these key phrases, these key words, and then it'll help you build on from there. And all I'm giving you is the key words, key phrases. Okay? So we have Mercury, we have the mind. Next we're going to let's do Mars. Mars is nothing but raw energy. Pure primal energy. Nothing more, nothing less. When you call on Mars, you're just calling on energy. That's really all Mars is. Mars deals more, well, no, that's really all Mars is. Everything else, as you start learning, you'll start to understand why they attach certain things to Mars. Only thing it is just raw energy, period. So then you have Venus. Venus is pleasure. Venus deals with nothing but pleasure. This is the reason why people like to deal with a lot of Venetian deities. And they like to do certain things on Friday, which connects to Venus. Friday is Venus Day. Venus deals with nothing but pleasure. Simple and sweet. Then you have the sun. The sun deals with individuality. However, when I say individuality, I don't mean like one mode that no one else has. It just means, as far as individual, this is your vitality, individuality. This is your energy as your individual person. However, some other people can match the energy, but this is your. It's like saying if I made one big chocolate chip cookie. Not saying there are other cookies out there. If I made one big chocolate chip cookie, I broke a piece, I gave it to you. This portion is yours. That's what the sun is. Okay. Keep in mind, this is very simple. This is very basic. And it's meant for you to build on from there. Now, from those planets, those are your personal planets. It's with you personally, right here, right now, physically, mentally, in this life. Now, from there, we'll go to I want to go to the outer planets. Okay? So I'm going to start with Uranus or Uranus. Some people like to say, if you say Uranus, then you don't know what you're talking about. But I like to say Uranus because of the way it sounds. But it's supposed to pronounce Uranus. Now, Uranus deals with originality. Now, when you talk about, now, the reason why this is an outer planet, because it's another higher level of you. This is like talking to your higher self. The part of you that's totally original, that hasn't even fully manifested here yet. It deals with nothing but originality. So when you get your personal plans to line up, and by line up, I mean you balance it for yourself. You can start seeing who you are originally supposed to be. You start to see things on a bigger scale. But I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to confuse y'all. So that's originality. Neptune is straight spirituality. However, Spirituality can be bad or good. You'll read about that more as you learn more into astrology, but this is just Neptune straight spirituality. And Pluto is nothing more than transformation. Transformation. Very simple. Now, again, I love these because it shows you the signs as well. So you can learn the signs. There's symbols. Learn the symbols as you're learning. Transformation. Now we deal with the transpersonal planets, and this means how you personally interact with the world and how the world interacts with you. And there's only 2 transpersonal planets. Now, granted, the way some people may consider Pluto a planet, some people don't. People go back and forth with that. I'm just dealing with the way that I do astrology. I'm not really dealing too much with the new planets that came in, and I'm just dealing with the way I do astrology. Okay? So the transpersonal planets are, first off, there's Saturn. Now, there's many symbols for Saturn. This is just one. So first off is Saturn, right? And if you want to understand Saturn, the only key word you need to know is karma. Saturn literally is you reap what you sow. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Many people get Satan from Saturn, and well, this is why you get Satan from Saturn and why people always blame on Satan. But what you're really doing is when you blaming Saturn energy messing you up or Satan energy messing up, you're really just blaming your actions, because literally Saturn gives you what you give it. If you do it, Saturn makes sure you get what you're supposed to get for it. That's it. Now again, when you're going with your chart, there's many different alignments and things that can mess with your Saturn in your chart. However, again, it's just basic understanding. Then you have Jupiter, which is this way. Jupiter is expansion. Now, how it's supposed to work is you do the work. You become Sagittarian, whatever, and you do the work. And then when you reap what you sow, this expands your reaping. So when you put these two together, this is how you understand karma. Jupiter is, this one is basically you reap what you sow, and this one is expansion. So whatever you do here, you get back. But when that law of 3 comes back, or whatever you do, you get back times 3, that's where Jupiter comes in at. Jupiter puts in that times 3. But Jupiter does not discriminate. Neither does Saturn. Whatever you give it, including your Mercury, your mind, your thoughts, whatever you give it is what it's going to expand. Okay? So expansion, reaping and sowing, or karma. Hopefully that'll help you understand the planets. So let's go to the signs. And I'm going to do the signs, the zodiac signs, I'm going to do the signs and the houses together. Now, the reason why I'm going to do the signs and the houses together is because each house has the energy of one sign. Now, when you go into your chart, it may be a different astrological sign in that particular house or rule in that particular house, but the original energy of that house corresponds with each individual sign. Okay. So, how do I explain that? Boop, where is the first house? Which is, that's 12, so right here. Okay. So the first house is Aries, right? Nope. I'm looking at the wrong number. The hell? There you go. I thought 11 was 1. So the first house right here. First house. Boom. Aries. Right there. Now, Aries is who you originally are. Who is the great I am. So when you talk about the first house, or what most people call your ascending sign, they're talking about the first house. And that's for the way I do astrology. Not everybody does it this way, but for the way I do astrology, your ascending sign is who you truly are. That part of you that you keep to yourself. And that's why Aries rules the first house. Now, granted, your first house may have Scorpio or something in it, but that means that in nature, in secret, behind closed doors, you have more Scorpio energy than you do what your sun sign is, or at least in the way that I do my astrology. And this is the reason why a lot of people, when they get a general chart, they don't understand it, because it's more than just one thing. Or when they read their horoscope, the horoscope goes according to their sun sign, and it doesn't relate. For those who read horoscopes, try reading your horoscope that corresponds with your ascending sign and see how much that relates. So, but yeah, even in that though, when you really get into astrology, you don't really go by horoscopes at all because you're so much deeper than just that one thing, and then you have all these different aspects. Okay, so this video is getting long, right? So again, first house is I am. Second house is Taurus. Taurus is I have. So that means energy of the second house deals with possessions, right? So then you have the third house. Third house is Gemini. Gemini is I think. So that means the energy of the third house deals with your thinking, your rationale, your logic. Fourth house, Cancer. It deals with I feel. So this deals with feelings. This also deals with and I'm not giving you the rule of planets because you can read that and that part's not too hard once you understand these. But Cancer deals with feelings, instinct. Your fifth house, right here, Leo, your fifth house. The energy of the fifth house deals with creativity. It deals with the will. The key phrase for, or deal with creation. The key phrase for Leo is I create. So Cancer is I feel, Leo is I create. Virgo. Now, most people say Virgo key phrase is I analyze. I think a better phrase for Virgo, which I got this phrase, I believe I got this phrase from Coach Carr years back when I was watching one of his online classes. And he likes to say that instead of saying I analyze, say I relate. Okay, I hope it's still recording. Instead of saying I analyze, he likes to say that I relate. And that's actually much better because when you're dealing with the house of Virgo, or Virgo ruling the sixth, Virgo energy ruling the sixth house, what it is, it's talking about work and service. So in order to analyze, I'm sorry, not I relate, I perfect. I'm sorry, he likes to say I perfect. And the word perfection actually means to change. So when you're dealing with the energy of Virgo, you know I'm Virgo. We're always changing something. We're always redoing something. And that's what perfection means. You always keep changing. Well, you can't do that unless you're actually doing work or doing service. So the energy, so while Virgo's thing is I analyze, it's better to say that I perfect. And then you can understand why what rules the sixth house is work and service. Then you have Libra. And again, going by Coach Carr, he calls Libra I relate. Most people say I balance, but like I said, Coach Carr makes much more sense when he says Libra is I relate, because Libra is the house of partnerships. And you have to be able to relate to somebody to be a partner. Libra is the first house also that starts dealing with you and other people. As far as, basically Libra is the first house that starts dealing with you with other people as far as you recognizing other people. All the houses before just deals with you, yourself, you're growing up, your who you're becoming. And then, you know, you start doing the work. Sixth house, you start transitioning, doing work for whatever, doing something. And then you start intermingling with people in the seventh house. So Libra, and that's where you start relating or balancing, but relating is a better word. And that's why this house deals with partnerships. Again, there's a lot more with all these houses. This is just a very basic understanding. So from there, you go to the eighth house. Eighth house is Scorpio, right? Scorpio's energy. Scorpio is I desire. And this is why, and when you start looking at the eighth house, you deal with your desires, sex, magic. I'm gonna leave it at that. But there's so much more in there. So from there, from your desires, you go to your understanding or your seeing, how you see the world, how you start to understand the world in the ninth house. And that's why Sagittarius rules the ninth house. Because once you go through all that, you start having desires, you start seeing, based on all this, and how you start to partner with the world, is how you start to shape up how you see the world. Now, once you get an idea of how you see the world through your eyes, mind you, or whatever blinders you're using at the time, you can start seeing how to use that world to your benefit. And this is why Capricorn, keyword I use is Capricorn. This is why Capricorn rules the 10th house. And this is also where you find your rewards, because how you use the things around you will depend on how you get your rewards, your recognition, things like that. So that's that. So from there, you go to Aquarius. And Aquarius is I know. Now, if anybody met a true Aquarius, they really do think they know everything. However, we're going through this house, and I said that because I know someone's going to watch this. Yeah. However, when you get to the 11th house, this is where once you got your rewards and stuff, you start to meet new people based on these rewards. So this house also deals, and this is how you get another knowing, and you start to share what you know with your others. Others start to share what they know with you. And once you start intermingling, again, this house deals with friendships and things like that, and so networking and a bunch of other stuff. However, once you get from there, you go to Pisces, and Pisces is the believer. Pisces is the 12th house, and once you've done all that, and you get to the 11th house, you start to intimate with other people, you naturally going to start getting new beliefs and new ideas. And this is why Pisces rules the 12th house, which is beliefs, which is also Pisces key phrases, I believe. And for the Pisces house, it will be self-undoing. Now, self-undoing is not a bad thing because, again, you're bringing in beliefs, new beliefs, which in order to get new beliefs, you have to undo something. Then there's other stuff that deals with this 12th house. However, that's the main point. And if you were paying attention, you can see how each house relates to the next house as far as telling a story. So once you understand the storyline of astrology, right? Then you can start understanding how when you start putting your pieces wherever they may go on the board, you can start understanding, well, let me put this where you can see it. Then you can start understanding how they relate. Like, for example, and now this is just a basic example. If you have Jupiter in Sagittarius, so that means that whatever you think, first of all, you're going to think it to the fullest, and it's going to expand to, oh, not everything, whatever you see, your vision, whatever you understand, you're going to expand that probably to a place where most people would get annoyed. Or another way to say Jupiter and Sagittarius may be you like to be alone with your thoughts so you can explore them as far as they can go. Or you like to get in them, depending on the language, you might get into the books a lot or whatever to go, like you may watch movies and go to the deep stuff that movie can go to. But yeah, this video's gotten really long. Hopefully that helps you out just starting out in astrology. Again, that's just a basic understanding. I will say it again, this is the perfect tool right here. If you're just starting out trying to learn and you are a visual learner, I use it when teaching astrology classes. I started using it to teach astrology classes for about, I want to say 5 years now. I've been using that for about 3 years now. I've been teaching astrology with that for about 3 years now, and it is the best tool I've ever used to try to, where they just like, okay, I got it, I understand. So I think that's a great tool to learn. So with that, I'm going to shut this down. Everybody stay blessed and stay a blessing. I can't wait to go back and watch everybody else's videos for this week because we get to choose our own topics. All right, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Peace.